So I figured we get this started. We're getting about a minute sooner. We're going to start going live at 6 p.m. on Mondays. This is the very first Walt Express Travel Live, and hopefully you guys can hear me right now. Give me a thumbs up if you can. On the side, go ahead and leave a note here. If you can hear me and everything's running smoothly, then just let me know that you can hear me, and we'll get started here in just a bit. It looks like Mandy's joining us. Hey, Mandy, how you doing? Can you guys hear me out there? Awesome. I'm getting a thumbs up. So I guess Vanda, hey Vanda, I guess you can hear me as well. We're gonna wait till we get a few more listeners in here, and then we'll start. But basically, I'm gonna be bringing you the latest dish of Disney rumors and news. Hey Mandy, how you doing? Vanda, awesome. Sounds loud and clear. That's good. I'm glad you can hear me. In my classroom this evening, so you see the backdrop of Toy Story is our story, where I post a lot of their stories that the kiddos write and things like that. Do have a Disney classroom, makes it fun for the kiddos. So I'm glad you guys can go ahead and hear me. I'll go ahead and I'll just start this off for you guys. First off, hi everyone. I just want to welcome you to Walt Express. We're here to help make the most out of your Disney vacation. Whether you need help planning by one of our excellent travel agents, or you just need a step-by-step blog or guide from our blog, we have you covered. As we go through our time together, make sure you say hello, ask as many questions as you want or comments. I'm Nick Iman. Thanks for being with me. You may know me already from the Mousecapades podcast. And if you haven't subscribed to that, please go ahead and do so. You can go ahead and search in iTunes or Podcast Addict and search for Mousecapades podcast. Don't forget always to go ahead and check out our blog and over at waltexpress.com. You want to make sure you're checking that every single day to get the latest Disney tips, tricks, and all things Disney. But like I said earlier, I'm going to go ahead and bring some of the latest Disney news rumors for you guys. And I just finished recording the podcast just minutes ago for the Mousecapades podcast. We finished our 3 episodes. And so I figured I'd bring some more stuff to you, some things that kind of are travel concerning, right? So I can remember back in 2013, Disneyland, I ended up going there after they had opened up, and it was 2012, excuse me, after they'd opened up Cars Land. And I bought a ticket for $96. It was a 3-day park hopper pass. Crazy, right? Only 96 bucks. They've increased everything at Disneyland, and that came just like breaking news from a politician on some weekend holiday. No one saw this coming, and overnight, Disneyland quietly raised all their prices on tickets and annual passes. The last few increases came in February of 2018. This January increase wasn't expected at all, sort of like the free dining that came out early this week. And I know a lot of our travel agents over at Walt Express have been, they're tired from this past weekend and last week working really hard on making sure that everyone gets in on the Disney dining discount. But the one-day park ticket is now 104 during the value season, and during peak season it's going to jump up to $149 there at Disneyland. If you haven't had an opportunity to go out to Disneyland, it is awesome. I am a huge churro fan, by the way, and they have plenty of selection for churros, and they actually have like a churro, not like a how-to, but what am I trying to say here? They have like a churro passport thing where you can go to various locations around, and I forget the name escapes me, where you can go around the park and partake in various churros and various flavors. So if you're a churro connoisseur, that's right down your alley. But these price increases, getting back to that, it's going up 5 to 10%. And I'll just name a few. I've already named the one-day park ticket, but if you're looking for a hopper, like the standard's pretty much like a 3-dayer. So a 3-day one-park ticket, it's now $300 for adults over at Disneyland, and for children, it's going to be $280. If you're going to tag on a hopper to that one, $355 for adults and $305 for children. Now, I have a funny story for you. I'm hopping back over to the East Coast here to Disney World, and we know the marathon is coming up this weekend, the Disney Marathon, and if you haven't done a marathon, I encourage you to do so. It's a really cool event. I got sucked into running and marathons. I've since quit, but that's a whole different story. I got sucked into marathons back in 2012, 12 actually. No, 11 going into 12. So this is dating me a little bit. So back in 2011, I believe it was, no. Well, I guess it would have been 2012. I apologize because it was January, as is this marathon. Anyway, I show up. I didn't really train properly, and I signed up for the full marathon. I really didn't even train for a half. I think the most that I ran up to was maybe 8 or 9 miles. So when I got there to ESPN Worldwide of Sports, I begged with a couple of these cast members, could I please just run the half marathon instead of the full marathon? Well, they wouldn't let me switch it over, but they did come to an agreement with me. They said, hey, look, just tell them, and then name dropped, use my name. If you start at the halfway point, and that's where they were doing the Chippendale relay races. If you start there, just jump in and go. You'll be good to go. You can run half of the full marathon. And where the story gets funny, I couldn't gain access to the halfway point, but I could just like right after the halfway point. I don't even know how to explain this, but everything was just blocked off, and they weren't allowing me to go in at the halfway point. So I figured I would sneak through the tree line. Well, that bit me in the rear because the state police happened to be right around the bend, and they stopped me. They saw me crawling through the tree line and jumping into the race and stopped me. But I explained the situation, and they let me go. So really, I finished a half and a full in the same race. Ended up getting 2 medals, by the way, but that's a whole separate story. But long story short, the marathon weekend is this weekend. The expo is amazing. They have really cool merch going on right now, and just a few items that they have. They have the glassware, the mugs, the tumblers, the jackets, all the apparel. But the cool thing they have running around, and they have a limited edition pin. So if you're a pin trader and you're going this weekend, you definitely want to check that one out. But the Spirit jerseys are what's all the rave right now, and so they have Run Disney edition, marathon edition Spirit jersey. So go ahead and check that out. That is running from the 9th through the 13th. We're going to hop right back over to Disneyland, and CEO Bob Iger is hinting to a June release for Star Wars Galaxy Edge over there at Star Wars Land. He was interviewed by Barron's, and Bob Iger, he went on saying, or hinted towards an actual opening date of June 2019. So that's very promising. That's really good. Let's see here. What else I got here? I've always talked about annual pass holders and how they could do more for annual pass holders. If you've listened to the Mousecapades podcast before, you can find us on iTunes, Podcast Addict, or you can just simply search mousecapades.net, www.mousecapades.net. I've always talked about how annual pass holders deserve more benefits. I mean, you're spending all that money to be an AP holder. Well, Disney, I guess they heard us because they're now going to allow pass holders in the month of January 20% discount on lunch and dinner at select restaurants. So I'm just going to name a few, some of the popular ones that if you're an AP holder in the month of January from the 6th to the 31st, you can go ahead and get this 20% discount. We're talking like Coral Reef. Go ahead and go there and you can get your 20%. Hollywood Derby, Brown and Derby, Hollywood Vine, Tony's Town Square. I absolutely love that restaurant. My family and I hit that up every year when we go as a family there in Town Square at the Magic Kingdom. Disney's Spirit of Aloha dinner. If you haven't gone to that show before, it is really neat. It's something special. Go ahead and check that out. And if you're a pass holder this month, you get 20% off. The Hoop-De-Doo Review, also a great dinner show. Sebastian's Bistro, it's new. Absolutely love the decor in the inside. Go ahead and check that out. And then Whispering Canyon Cafe, also giving you a 20% discount. And this is really cool because Disney's really dropping all these discounts, and a lot of these, like the free dining and even the price increase over at Disneyland, they just came out of nowhere. Usually they drop that stuff early springtime. But I think Disney's really trying to get that last push. They're opening up Star Wars Galaxy Edge there in Disneyland. Iger hinted to June 2019, and then they released saying that it was going to be late fall for Walt Disney World. They're also offering 30% off hotels this summer as well, and some of the value resorts you can get up to 20%. The moderate resorts you can get up to 25, and the deluxe up to 30. And those, it just depends what dates that you go. With the dates that we're looking at, if you're looking to go into Disney World, you can partake in some of these dates. Go ahead and go to waltexpress.com and fill out one of those travel quote request forms. And if you want to travel between May 28th through September 30th, you can go ahead and get some savings. And also, if you back that up, if you book now and you're staying from the 28th of April through the 27th of May, you can get some really, really good discounts right now. So go ahead and go to waltexpress.com and check that out. Let's see here. What else do I got here? We've talked about, this is a good one. This came out a week ago. There's an ongoing investigation at Walt Disney World. The Orange County Sheriff's Department are talking about a character, an animatronic named Buzzy. He's a character from the old extinct Wonders of Life exhibit. And according to the incident reports, and this is pretty funny, it gets funny here at the end, investigators say that someone gained access to the backstage area where the character was stored and took the clothing, the hands, and there was like a red jacket and, a ball cap and a jacket and the rubber hands that someone snuck in there and took. They've interviewed one person, and that person refused to give up their cell phone. I thought that was funny. That was in the article, that they're looking at one person, and that one person refused to give up the cell phone when asked by the authorities. I don't know if they currently have the cell phone from this one person that they're interviewing, but the investigation is going on. I'm sure you'll hear about it more on our podcast, and I'm sure on these lives you may hear about it when things get resolved. So go ahead and look for that. There were some rumors, and if you listen to the podcast that we talked about over the past year in 2018, just some things looking back, since it's the new year, that we all heard all over the web and finally came to light. Talking Mickey, looking back in 2018, we know that was rumored to be taken out of the Magic Kingdom, and it was taken out of the Magic Kingdom. That was a huge ordeal. Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm finally looking at someone say speak louder. Did I see that? I'm trying to go back and start looking at all these responses here. I see Amanda saying yes about the AP benefits. Let's see here. Vanda talking about Spirit of Aloha. Yeah, I gotta get on. Hey Vinny, how you doing, buddy? How them Flyers, man? Blues playing tonight, so hopefully they can get a win here. But getting back to Mickey, so I don't know about for you guys, but my kiddo, he absolutely loves Talking Mickey at Town Square, and that was a surprise to me when Disney decided to go ahead and take Mickey away, and I'm sure it was for some of you guys out there too. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't. You got to the Magic Kingdom there at Walt Disney World, and you realized, man, it's not a fast pass anymore. I can't go there. The Main Street Theater at the Magic Kingdom canceled. Let's see here, Mickey's and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. I can't wait for this one to come out. That's coming out in fall of 2019. I'll be honest, I was never a Great Movie Ride lover. I really didn't like the Great Movie Ride. And before you crucify me, I know it was good for the AC and to relax, from walking around Disney Hollywood Studios. But I'm glad they're doing something different. I'm glad they're putting something Mickey and Minnie and incorporating the Mickey shorts. And from what I've read, if you've seen the Mickey shorts, you're going to go on an adventure with all the cool Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and Daisy and all of them. And you're kind of feel like you're going through various episodes of the Mickey shorts. Really cool. Check them out on YouTube, by the way. Just type in Mickey shorts or the Disney app, and they're all over the Disney app as well. Let's see here. Disney Skyliner for those of you that don't know, Disney's been building stanchions all over Walt Disney World. They have a Skyliner that's going to take you from the parks, from the resorts to the parks, and vice versa. And we all assumed, it gets pretty hot in Disney, and it's very muggy and humid. It's nothing for the summertime to get into the triple digits. The Skyliner is not going to have any AC whatsoever, which is kind of shocking, to be honest. And when that was rumored that it wasn't going to have AC, I really did blow that one off. But when the rumor came true and Disney came out and said, you know what, no, it's not going to have AC, it still has me scratching my head. They have a blower inside that's like a ventilation system that's going to blow some air and keep it circulating. So I don't know if it's going to be something like the monorail, some sort of technology like that. Because like the monorail is it's not the coldest place. It kind of feels like there's AC going, but just kind of feels like it's just circulating air inside the monorail. So I wonder if it's going to be something to that aspect. We also talked about, if you've heard me on the podcast as well, let's see here, Wreck-It Ralph and the VR experience. So at Disney Springs, they have this place called the Void, and it's a really cool place. I've gone and I've done the whole Star Wars Void experience, and you feel that is awesome. You go through a mission, you feel like you're a trooper, you see people standing next to you, you see troopers next to you, you feel like you're there. It's very immersive. It's a really cool experience. But now they have a new one with Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. They have a new one that you're in the internet and you're in the world of Wreck-It Ralph, and that's really cool. If you find yourself at Disney Springs, cough up the money and go ahead and check that out. It's really neat. I don't think you're going to be disappointed with that experience at all. Let's see here. Let's talk about Magic Kingdom. So even with all these confirmations that did come true with these rumors, there are some more rumors. Now these are just rumors, and so I don't want you thinking I'm big on rumors. I kind of like to have hard facts. But a lot of the stuff that was rumored in 2018 did come true. And we all know that the Magic Kingdom is gearing up for the 50th anniversary in 2021. And we're going to have the Tron Light Cycle ride. That's going to be in the Magic Kingdom. If you've seen that over in, I believe, Shanghai Disneyland, YouTube that one. I haven't been there, but I've YouTubed the video. It's really neat, and we're going to get something similar to that over in the Magic Kingdom. It's going to be over there by the Tomorrowland Speedway. Let's see here. Most recently, this is a rumor, the Monsters, Inc. laugh floor signage is to change. Something reminiscent to the old Tomorrowland when the Magic Kingdom opened back in 1971. There's rumor, now this is just rumor, again, I don't want you thinking that this is fact. So Walt Disney World has been without a nighttime parade since the Main Street Electrical Parade left a couple of years ago, and people are thinking that with the 2021 50th anniversary that maybe something just might come back. I think it'd be really great for Disney to bring something back. That would be really cool to see. See here, Epcot, we have all heard the rumors. Again, just rumor. Mandy, I know you don't like rumors, but this is just too cool not to. Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? This is just too cool not to talk about, but there may be a new pavilion coming to the World Showcase, and they're hinting to something like Brazil. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already heard that. Again, this is rumor. This isn't really anything that's been confirmed. Let's see here. Hollywood Studios, thinking about expanding that Indiana Jones area right there where Echo Lake is. And also, this is just speculation. Star Tours, that's not part of Galaxy Edge. If you've been to Hollywood Studios lately and you're on Slinky Dog Dash and you're going along on the roller coaster, you get a sneak peek of Star Wars Galaxy Edge. And if you know where that is in reference to over where Star Tours is located, you can see that they're not in the same area. So what's going to happen to Star Wars or Star Tours? We don't know. I guess you could move that ride over into Galaxy Edge, which would be a smart move. But I don't know if it's going to seem or feel right if they have it outside of Galaxy Edge. So we'll see what happens there. We don't know. Let's see here. Animal Kingdom, not really much to report there. I mean, after Pandora, the Land of Pandora was completed in the World of Avatar, and we have the 2 rides there with the Navi River and Flight of Passage. Not much has happened, really. It's been kind of quiet. I mean, we've had Rafiki's Planet Watch and the closure of that, and they reopened it just recently in December. So we don't know what's going to happen with that as well. I know there was a big uproar when that took place. A lot of moms, thank you very much, because that place is awesome. We can count on you moms out there that told Disney this is a bad idea. Don't get rid of Rafiki's Planet Watch. Let's see here. Peyton said, I'm so excited for all of the new things coming to Disney World. I know, right? So I've always said we saw all these cool things happening worldwide and not even here locally in the United States. And that's, because Disney is global, right? And finally to see all these price increases, an average of 10% a year, and start to see that money dumped into the United States, they're really starting to do some pretty cool things. And Disneyland over there at California Adventure getting an overhaul of Pixar Pier and all that stuff. It's just simply amazing. And talking about Disneyland and Galaxy Edge, we talked about that Bob Iger talking about a 2019 June date. The park is also going to debut a new Mickey-themed nighttime spectacular coming this summer. So can't wait to see that one come up on YouTube. And if you're there, go ahead and let us know how it is. Everything they do over at Disneyland is pretty cool. If you've ever seen Paint the Night Parade or any of this stuff over there, Disney does it right, but Disneyland has some unique things that they offer as well. Talked about the Sheriff's Department. So the use of Marvel characters. We know with the acquisition with Fox that coming to a close, Marvel's going to have their hand with some new characters and new storylines, talking about X-Men, Fantastic Four, and even Deadpool. Deadpool, though, that has me scratching my head because that's not really a family-oriented character or movie for Disney. It's going to be interesting to see what Disney does with Deadpool, because that was very popular, made lots of money, and just want to see what Disney's going to do with that franchise. Let's see here, Disney Cruise Line. This came out a little while ago, offering 50% off deposits on select 2019-20 cruises. So whatever your deposit is, Disney is saying, hey, you only have to put half of that down up front. So that's pretty cool that they're offering that. You can also save up to 30%. We talked about a stay. Oh, no, we didn't talk about this one. 30% on a spring stay at Aulani this year as well. So Disney's offering a lot of discounts. The last one I want to finish off with, and this is a fun one. I want to talk about Will Smith and the new Aladdin film that's coming out. I've been waiting for this. Disney's new thing is creating live action movies with all of the old classic cartoons. Dumbo, right? Beauty and the Beast. I know I'm missing a few, and if you want to chime in, go ahead and chime in there. Let's see here, Walt Express. Don't forget to grab a quote for your next Disney vacation. Yeah, go ahead and click on that link right there that we provided, and you can get a quote for your next Disney vacation. So getting back to Disney's new push with taking our old classic cartoons that you and I grew up with, and during even the classic ones and the Disney Renaissance, and pushing those into live action films, really cool, really unique. And Disney's been doing them right since when The Jungle Book came out. That really just blew my mind away, and I knew it blew your mind away as well. So Aladdin, Will Smith, this was like a year and a half ago. Disney approached Will Smith and said, hey, we would like for you to do the voice of Aladdin. Well, we all know Will Smith turned that down because it wasn't quite enough money. He said he wanted more money. Well, Disney was like, we're not going to pay you. So Will walked away. I guess he went back to Philly, Vince. Anyway, I guess he went back to Philly. That was a joke, Vince. And he eventually came back around, though, came back to Bel Air, and he said, hey, look, man, you know what? I'll go ahead and do this, but I want more money. Disney agreed to pay him more money, so now he's the voice of the genie. And he basically went on Twitter to saying he does a tribute to Robin Williams, the voice of the original Genie, which I think is really cool. So I can't wait to see that in the film. But in the new trailer, and if you haven't seen it, I really encourage you to go ahead and check that out on YouTube. Type that in, Aladdin live action movie trailer. You get a glimpse of Will Smith as the Genie, but he's in human form. And someone went on saying on Twitter, "You're not blue. Where's the blue genie?" And Will Smith said, "This is the first look at the genie, Princess Jasmine, Aladdin. Check me rocking the top knot ponytail vibes in Entertainment Weekly." And again, he kept getting responses, "But you're not blue. Where's the blue genie?" He assured us, he came back and he said, "You know what, guys? I'm going to be blue. Don't worry about it. This is how the genie is in human form when he's in disguise." So that's kind of cool little twist. And he did say most of his character will be blue. He's going to be CGI'd in the movie. And so that's all I have to bring you this week. I wanted to bring you some Disney rumors and news for you. I want you to tune in next week, though. We're going to have Mandy Middleton from Walt Express Travel coming on and giving you her highlights of the week. It's going to be the same time. Come on, Walt Express Travel Facebook, the exact same time on Monday. She's going to be here. I want to thank you for being with me. And I hope you're going to continue to support us in our weekly routine. And as we do this in 2019, this was our first Facebook Live. We're going to be pushing this weekly every Monday, the exact same time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you tune into that. We're going to have Mandy Middleton. Let's see here. You can always check us out, waltexpress.com. Check us out on Instagram, Walt_Express on Instagram as well. You can check out my social media accounts as well. Go ahead and check me out on iTunes, Podcast Addict. Go ahead and search for Mousecapades Podcast. You can go ahead and search me on Facebook as well. Just type in the Mousecapades Podcast or type in Nick Iman. You get both my accounts. Follow me on Instagram, Mousecapades_Nick. And you'll be hooked up to all the latest and greatest Disney news, rumors, whatever it may be that we're bringing to you that week. So don't forget to check out my friends again, as always, at waltexpress.com. Thanks again, everyone. And I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to our first Disney Walt Express, Walt Express Live, excuse me. Peace. Have a magical day, everybody.